country, and it would be very beneficial for them to be able to understand what the Imam says. At least this could be like initiated in national televisions, and then if the idea sounds good for people, perhaps like for major mosques here in Alexandria or in major cities like in Cairo and other places, at least there would be like 1 or 2 mosques where they offer this facility. I'm sure that you will have lots of people who can donate to help this project come through, and people who are volunteering to like translating the subject of the khutbah or so forth, which will maximize the benefit for all the attendants at the mosque. So I will note this down. I haven't got this point on my notes here, so inshallah I'll note this down so I can hopefully try to work on it and see if we can make it a reality, inshallah. Right.
Allow me to comment and question about this point.
You have a comment?
Yes, please. My first comment is that a more practical way to have foreigners in a Muslim country, what is so-called sensitivity analysis lectures, which is that if you are a foreigner in this country, you have to know some things that you must not do and something you must do. For example, doing lectures about that if you see a woman in the street, Muslim woman wearing a hijab, don't make your hand to shake her hands. She might not be shaking hands. So don't be very sensitive for this. She is not personal attitude towards you, just in her creed. So some institutes giving these sensitivity lectures. So those sensitivity lectures are a good point or starting point to give lectures about Islam itself. So I think this is very practical and not so costly. That's my first comment. My second comment, for a foreigner, and we have an institute in Cairo making these courses, but very, very expensive. Very expensive, I don't know why. So we have to have sponsors, okay? Second point, for foreigners who are new Muslims, is it for them it is more proper to learn Arabic and have many years, spending many years in learning Arabic, or that they learn Islam in their language? That's my question. And second question, please. Are we allowed in a Muslim country like Egypt to give part of the Jum'ah speech in English for those attending the lecture or not?
Well, I don't know if it's allowed or not, because this question has to be directed to people who are in charge. I just believe that this is very feasible and very practical to do, and I'm sure that there will not be any obstacle to achieving it, because we have the knowledge and we have the people who have the expertise to do so, and it is just about like a sort of a decision from the political bureaus to endorse or not such a project. Can I just finish the other 2 points? I'm talking about sensitivity tips, which are very useful, and I don't think that we need to we need to wait until we can incorporate these tips in sort of an academic institute or center or so. I think for those, and I actually received an invitation from one of the sisters, that we can create like a group on the Facebook, so we can exchange ideas and answer questions and so forth. Why not create one of the themes in these chatting groups and say something to know about the Egyptian traditions or Arabic traditions or personal traditions in Egypt, and we can put all these tips together in that part of the website, so those people, they come to know about. And it is very important that such groups on Facebook and other websites, mainly speaking, they are there to help and provide information to others. It's not about coming to know one another. It's about providing information in different subjects to one another. So if you have something about Egyptian mannerisms and you want to share it with others, why not we put such thing, like we create this chat rooms and we put such thing online, so for those people who are coming to Egypt for visiting us, so they might be advised about these points. And when I was in England, I made like a guidebook, like a tourist guidebook, a phrase book, which includes like all the colloquial language in Egypt and some of the tips that the foreigner would need when they visit or they come to visit Egypt and any Arab country. And we tried to elaborate on this, but not in such much details, but we tried to cover some of the very important points that are needed much in Egypt for non-Egyptians.
They have brought such an idea.
Sorry?
In West, they have such an idea.
Yes, this one I made a book, and I included some of the tips in the book about some Egyptian mannerisms. And about learning Arabic or keeping learning in their own native language, I think both two paths have to go hand in hand. They need to learn Arabic because they need it, not just for communication with others, but to learn their own religion. If you read the translation of the Holy Quran, perhaps it is not going to be as clear to you and as precise to you as the translation. This is a very well understood problem in translation. The translated text does not exactly tell you what the text says in detail, but it gives you like the general meaning of the text. But for the Quran in particular, we always see the Quran in multiple layers and in multiple meanings. That's why we have all these different interpretation and explanation of the Quran. We have Tafsir al-Qurtubi, we have Tafsir al-Tabari, we have different Tafsir al-Jalalain. Everyone understands the Quran in their own way. But by translating the meanings of the Quran, you deprive the reader from that huge and rich literature that he can develop for their own selves if they read the Quran in the original language. So it is one of the important things for the non-Arabic native speakers when they embrace Islam or they want to know about Islam, to learn Arabic so they can read the Holy Quran. At the same time, probably it will benefit them to read what is existing of the translated material about Islamic sciences in their own language, so they can like progress further than reading them in the Arabic language, I suppose.
Friend of mine to Sacramento and California. He said that the Islamic Sciences of California, when the Imam finished his speech, one of them in the center tells them the main points in the khutbah. We can make this idea apply to the frequent idea here in some places and some great mosques like
Well, this is a very known idea in the West, that when we have someone, an imam of the mosque, who does not speak English, usually he has someone who would summarize the main points of the khutbah to the people in their own native language. So if, for example, the person comes from Bangladesh and he doesn't speak one single word in English, so he has someone to assist him after the first half of the khutbah to summarize the main points. But alhamdulillah, more and more Muslim imams who are able to lecture and deliver khutbahs in English